Good evening, everyone. My name is Debbie Singleton, and I am your independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I come to you live Monday evenings at 7 p.m., and I bring you a card, show you how to make a card, hopefully. And tonight I am going to show you a card from the online exclusives that go live to you guys January 7th, I believe, is when it comes live to you guys. So as a demonstrator, one of the really fun things is that you get to purchase things early and you get to play with them and you get to utilize them before everybody else. Sorry. So if you would like to have that opportunity and become a demonstrator, contact me and I can give you all the details on how to do that. And becoming a demonstrator is easy. You don't have to do lives, you don't have to do shows, you don't have to do card classes, you don't have to do anything. You can just simply get the discount, which is usually 20-25% depending on how much you purchase, which is nice because you automatically get a discount for just purchasing items. So it's super simple, super easy and fun. And you get all the ideas and all the stuff early before everyone else gets to purchase it. And you get to see all the things that are up and coming. We also, on January 7th, have coming up the spring catalog, mini catalog with celebration, which is so much fun. So with $60 purchase, you get a free item. And then, of course, when you spend $120, you get 2 free items. So fun. And that's a book in itself. So that's so much fun and coming up. So they have 2 launches coming out at the same time. Some new online exclusive items coming out, as well as the mini catalog along with celebration. So there's 2 items that are coming out January 7th. So I decided to pick something on the online coming out, because there's some things that are really cool in both things. So it's kind of hard to decide what you want to do. But so this online suite that I picked, oh my goodness, it's so pretty, guys. So this is the paper. This paper is amazing. It's got beautiful like florals. The other side is like this beautiful paint pages. This is one of the florals. I think this one's my favorite. And then it's black and white on the other side. Let's see. Here's another one that's plain. And then it's got another beautiful like paint on it. Let's see. There's another one that's got more florals. And then it's black and white on the other side. So it's just absolutely gorgeous. Hi, Mom. Thanks for joining. So this is really pretty paper. And with this suite, you get 2 stamp sets. Let's see, I have a mess on my desk. Can't you imagine? So you get the mixed labels and you get the mixed florals, which is, oh my goodness. So the mixed florals is exactly that. It's a couple of different floral stamps. And then the mixed labels, you have actually the inside, the dies are, oh my goodness, you get a couple of different dies. But this is where it has some of the sayings, just a note to let you know you're on my mind with sympathy. You're pretty wonderful. That's the one I'm using tonight. Happy anniversary. Thank you. Your kindness made my day. For a great friend. I'm so glad we're friends. And a little bit of floral. And this banner one. But it also, oh my goodness. So this also has, in the mixed labels one, you also get, not only do you get the banner, but you get these really fun like labels, and then you get these ones too. So I used this one for my label one. I made a label with it. So, and I put "You're pretty wonderful." I'm going to stamp that on there. And then each one of these comes with dies. So you can use the die for this, these little ladybugs you can use die cuts for, or you can just fussy cut them out, but I didn't want to fussy cut them out, so I used the dies for that. So it comes with a lot. And the paper and a new embossing folder also comes with this. And gems. The gems are in the other room because I haven't used the gems yet, and so I haven't sorted them out. I got a whole bunch of stuff and I haven't sorted it out. So this is the new embossing that folder that comes with this. It's another nice big one. It's called the Plaster Painting 3D embossing folder. And yes, I did use it with this. Oh my goodness, super fun. So that is this huge set that's coming out. It's really pretty. I wasn't sure what to do, so I decided I'm going to do this one. Super fun. I had fun playing with it. And I did 2 different cards variations with it. 2 different colors. So, and I already did some of the stamping with it because this thing is huge. So you need to use this block is the F block because it is too big. I mean, it's this is huge. It doesn't fit on the E block, which is smaller than this one. It barely fits on there. So to stamp, to ink this up, what I did was I inked this up this way. So I inked this up, and actually the first time I did it, I inked this up, and then I used my piece of paper, and then I actually cut this to be about 4 inches, and then I laid this on, and I did this. I rubbed this sentiment on there, or I rubbed an image on there, because to pick this up and to lay this down, let me show you. It's quite a bit much to lay that down. It did work on my second one, but it was easier on my first one to just lay the piece of paper on. But I'm not going to lie. When you do that, you can't pick it back up and try to redo it. So when you lay this down, you need to make sure that you rub in all the areas and you have first that you've really inked it up. Since it's photopolymer, you can tell that you've really inked it. So then make sure that you've rubbed all the areas really well and then pick up the piece of paper. And I did a pretty good job the first time, but I was going live, and whenever you go live, I swear that nothing ever works. So I didn't want to chance it, so I did it the other way. So no, that's what happened. I did it the other way. So I was going to actually stamp and then cut it out and everything live, but I did not want to chance that. So yeah, I did not. So I did stamp, but we're going to cut out. I'm going to show you to cut out the pieces for the second card. So this is the first card that I made. So I did do my envelope, and I did use the really pretty paper because I did use that paper on the first card. So this is the first card, and I did put you're pretty wonderful. Now you could stamp on the inside, but as you know, when I do my lives, I don't usually stamp on the inside just so that I can save it and decide what I want to stamp it when I go and give it away. So this is the image that I stamped. That's the same image that I had on the block. So I did choose different colors. So I chose Lemon Lolly, I chose Boho Blue, and then this is Pecan Pie. And they're all lights. So I did light Boho Blue, light Lemon Lolly, and light Pecan Pie. These are the super cute. What are they called? Bugs, but they're not bugs, but you know, ladybugs. I did pop up this, but I didn't, and I popped up the ladybugs, but I didn't pop up anything else. Behind here, you probably can't tell, but I did use that really pretty. You'll be able to see the Plaster Painting Embossed Folder. So what I did was I used white on white, and then I used the 3 pieces of the DSP, and I used the green side, then I used the flower side, and then I used the blue side, and I used Boho Blue behind it. So, and then on the inside, what I did was I used Boho Blue and then white. So I gave it a little bit of texture to the inside. Probably what I would do is I would take this ginormous stamp and I would ink up like this portion of it, and I would stamp like down here in the corner and give a little bit of a stamp down here in the corner. And then I would take another couple of these ladybugs and put them up in the corner, and that still gives you some room to write. But I don't know what I want to put in here as my, who I'm giving it to and what I want to say. You could say, "You're pretty wonderful, have a great birthday," you could say all kinds of different things. So, or, "You're pretty wonderful, thank you so much for what you do." We have all kinds of different stamps. But see, this matches this, so I used that paper. So for this card that we're going to do, I decided to use different colorings. This label comes from the Mixed Label dies. Remember I showed you? It's that label that's right there. So I did that label, and it's got that really pretty, probably can't tell, but it's got that really pretty, like, dotted around it. So I thought that was really nice. So what I did was, this time I colored this all in. So I used different colorings. So this time we're going to use, this is Poppy Parade. This greens are light granny apple, and I did a little bit of light olive, old olive, and kind of combined them. And then I still used my light pecan pie. And then I still did my Boho Blue. Stamped these in black, and then I used my light Poppy Parade to color in. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I've been seeing that a lot lately, that they've been doing some inside layering. So I've really liked that. So I've started doing that on a couple of the cards, and it turns out really pretty good. So I started laying the inside layering. All right, so this card, so I decided to use the same for the envelope. So that's 2 1/4 by 6. So let's put the glue on that and get that so that it is dry, so we can cut that at the end. And I always like to start that out so that it's dry and not mushy. So I always like to cut this 2 1/4 by 6. Then you can get 2 out of 1 cut. And we'll get this on here, get it dry so that we can cut that by the end. And I see I got glue on my table, which is fine. But see, there's glue squishing out there, and then you don't want to use your scissors until that's dry. So that's what happened. So I'm going to get a tissue and wipe that off, because I don't want anything else sticking to that. So we'll set that aside and let that glue dry to get that all squishy out. All right. So this time I decided to use a color for my base, and I decided to go the opposite direction. You know me, I normally am so a creature of habit, and demonstrators they do what they are used to, and I'm just used to opening my card this way. Don't ask me why. I've just always opened it this way. So this time I decided I wanted to open it this way, up and down. So in order to do that, you're going to cut your cardstock at 4 1/4 by 11. So you're going to put your piece of paper in and cut at 4 1/4, and that's by 11. And this time you're going to turn it and score at 5 1/2, which I'm so not used to doing. But there's no reason. I like this opening this way too. I'm not used to it. I'm so used to opening it and cutting it the other way. So it just isn't. So I did do this super, see how this is that 3D plaster. Oh my goodness, I'm loving the new all these that Stampin' Up! Has been coming out with, these embossing folders, they are so amazing. This is that comes in that suite. You can also purchase it separately. So I'm just loving it. So I cut this piece so that it just barely fits and is going to just show just a teensy bit. So you can make it so that you can cut more or less, whichever. So this, and I got glue on me. So the size on this is, it's 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. So it's just barely going to be on there. So we can go ahead and glue this on so that we can put the rest of our stuff on there. And, you know, it's kind of hard to tell which side that you want to use, but I think either side will work. But I think this side is more the deconstructed side, and this side is more raised. So we're going to put glue on this side. But it's just, oh my goodness, it's so nice. There's so much texture in here. And it is very nice. So you want to make sure there's not a lot of glue on here, but there's enough glue, like, especially in the corners, but again, not a lot, but that there's at least a dab of glue so that it doesn't come up when you lay it down. So you're just going to kind of get that glue in there. And then, again, this is going to just barely be on there. So I would just kind of maneuver so that you can just kind of see just a little bit of it, and then make sure that it's on there. And you can cut it a little bit less so that you see more of the Poppy Parade. And only because I had cut the other one. I know, Mom, isn't the embossing super cool? I'm loving the embossing folders that they've been coming out with. I think that really enhances the cards. So I really love playing with them. All right, so should have filled my water bottle. All right, so now we're going to glue some more before we cut out the other piece. So then I went ahead and I used to back my pieces with, I used Poppy Parade, so that'll make these pieces really stand out. So the backing pieces, the 3 backing pieces, the layering is 1 1/8 by 3 5/8. And then these pieces are 1 by 3 5/8. So let's glue all these together. And we're not going to put them on our card, so let's set our card aside, but we're going to glue them all on here. And they are, you know, to do monochromatic, which is like white on white, or any color on the same color is monochromatic. Is also very nice, but this is nice to have some color to it as well. I like both, but this will make this stand out, especially this one. How this is gonna, because it's got this color in it. And I did the blue, which made it also stand out, so it won't. And then, of course, this will look like red and green, but that's okay. I could turn that over and be that color. Could be either one, actually. I mean, I could do that one too, but I don't want to compete too much with the flower. And so I'm doing just the plain colors. And then the blue. And they all stand out I mean, because see, that would be pretty too. But again, that competes with that. I don't like to mix my flowers. You can. It's a personal preference. I don't like to mix them, but you can. It's just me. I don't like to mix stripes and polka dots. Oh, and I put that on the wrong one. See, I was talking and I wasn't paying attention. See what happened? I put the glue on the wrong one. All right, I have to cut another one because I cannot put that on there. All right, so that has to go on Boho Blue. And I will use it for another card. But I'm not using it for this one. All right, so where's my colors? Have them out. What do I need? I need the blue. And I should have one little piece left. Oh, it's in here. Okay. So that should be enough. So it's 1 by 3.5. Let's see. Yep. 3.5. All right, so let's put glue on the right side now. Let's put glue on this side. All right, there we go. And then we're going to put it on crooked, of course. All right. Okay. Okay, and then since I'm not really adding to this, let's glue this together. Like I said, you can always add to this and stamp on this. It's easier to do it when you don't have it all glued together, but again, I don't know what I want to put on there. All right, so that's going to go inside. Let's stamp I'm going to stamp in Poppy Parade. Let's stamp our sentiment on the outside. You're pretty wonderful. All right, that looks pretty good. All right. So now we have everything kind of together now. So let's bring in the embossing machine, and I'm going to show you how to emboss or cut this. All right, so mine is a little beat up because I haven't gotten the new plates. I use these until they're completely dead. So we're gonna cut these out. So you need your bottom plate, which is 1. You need your number 2 plate, and you need a number 3 plate. And they do say that on all of them. They do have the numbers on them. See, mine's a little bit like beat up. It's well used. So we're going to put this on, and you line it up, and get it all Now, sometimes I'm good at this and sometimes I am not. Sometimes I get it lined up really nicely and I get it all situated and it looks like it's pretty good. Then I use this right here, and this is, it holds it in place, and it is, oh, I forget what it's called now. It's a sticky stuff. It's like a 3D sticky stuff, but it comes right off, so it makes it nice. All right, so one of the nice things about this is that it's got a couple of these for us to use. All right. I think this is one of them. Hopefully I haven't lost them all. All right, and I think this is one of them. And usually open these up and I usually put them all on magnetic strips so that I don't lose everything, but I hadn't really opened them and done that yet, so. It's this one. All right, so line this up best as you can. And again, you can cut these things out if you want. And then this one. Whoops. It might be faster to cut it out. All right, then you put your plate number 3 on top. And then you just run it through the machine. And then we have our first ladybug, our second ladybug. I kind of cut them off a little bit. Then we have our flower. Oh. And there's our flower. All right. This on the floor. All right. Now we can put all of our pieces on here. And what I did was I put this in the corner so that I knew exactly how much room I had to put these on. And I put this in the middle. And then I put these All right. Once you kind of know how much room you have and where they're going to go. Okay. There we go. Then we can glue them on. All right. And then I put dimensionals on the flower and the ladybugs. Okay. So I put large dimensionals on this. Okay. Then I put little dimensionals on my ladybugs. And I can see I didn't really cut that very evenly. So what I did was I did kind of use my scissors and I trimmed my ladybug a little bit because I trimmed it a little too much on one side. So okay. And we could probably actually use a couple more ladybugs, or I could find the jewels that come with this and put the jewels on. But I think they're just in the other room, and I was playing with this today and didn't think about it, but there. Forgotten it came with jewels. Okay, put the inside. Somehow I didn't get that very even. And I should have done that the opposite. I should have put in white and then the color. White and then the color. All right. Well, I didn't do that one very smartly. That's all right. Now you can't even tell. I wasn't thinking when I was doing that. All right. And then let's cut this off. We can use the flower in my card class. I usually like to, I can cut a bunch of them and then you can color them instead of having to color and then cut, because that'll take forever. So, but coloring them it takes a long time too. So, but I can do that. It takes so long to have people color stuff. So, but I can. We can certainly use it. All right, so these are the two that I made. So one has just different color flower, and you know, it just depends on what color flower you want to make it. I mean, you can make it any color flower you want. So yeah, we can do this flower. We can stamp it on the card, and then you can color. We can stamp the flower on the card, and then you can color it. So, you know, I can think of different ways we can utilize it. It is very pretty. It's a very cute card. I mean, and we can do it different ways. So, you know, certainly could do, you know, a couple different things with it. So, yeah, I hadn't thought about it, but yeah, absolutely. So, there's our cards. Yeah. You know, we can make the saying completely different. You know, we can make it a birthday saying, you know, most definitely. You know, I could do a couple different things with it. So, definitely. So, but yeah, there we go. It is cute, actually. So, there we go. All right. Well, I will I put in the notes. You can contact me. Please do. I look forward to my card class is coming up, and I'll be sending out a notice. So my card class is going to be on. I'm going to get my Saturdays. Saturday, the January 11th. And so I was sending out a notice. So please contact me if you haven't gotten a notice. And it's from 9 to noon. You don't have to be here for that whole time. I just put a time there so that you have plenty of time to schedule yourself. We make 8 cards and envelopes, and so the comment was, can we make this card? So, because it is a really pretty card. But yeah, absolutely. So I will think of some things so we can do this stamp, because it is really pretty. And please contact me if you have any questions or you need anything. I'd be happy to help you and answer your questions. And I will see you next Monday. Thank you for joining. Have a great evening.